Good morning, everybody. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Good morning. Sorry, I have been very busy lately. Um, yeah, just working 7 days a week, just getting worked, getting absolutely worked. All right. Let's see here. Let's talk about some Bitcoin. So we've been stuck between these guys for a while. Now we're stuck even more internally between these 2 points here. Um, and even more internally between these 2 points. So what is that all to say? We still have a weak high. I still want to run of this main low that formed after the new all-time high. I still think that would be cool. Yeah, I still think pulling that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, inside of here, kind of a sloppy mess. Kind of a sloppy mess, if you ask me. I haven't really had too much time to trade any of it, but it's like, you feel that low. I guess that did bring you back to the high, and then you break the high, but then you don't take that high, and you come back down and take that low, and then you come back up and take that high. I don't know. It's a little odd. I did go ahead and attempt to scalp long this morning. Yeah, I don't have a lot of hope for it though. Um, yeah, I was just looking at this low here. It's a pretty significant candle. I mean, I would say that is the most, as far as the range of price goes, from like a high to a low and then back to the high. That this to me seemed the loudest and proudest of them all in this sort of leg up. And so after hitting it this morning, we flipped like whatever 1 minute structure or something like that. Maybe two. Like 1 to 2 minute structure. Flipped on an interaction of that after market open. So I said, I'll give it a little bit of a go. See if we can get any love out of this thing. Yeah, I think about stop loss to break even time. I'll probably look to pull profits as soon as 118,450. So let me actually go do that real quick. And then I'm just trying to think, is there anything else on Bitcoin that I'd really be interested in trading? No, I mean, I'm well aware that there could be price action that could develop, um, that I would be interested in trading. Um, like yeah, I'm aware that stuff could develop that I would be interested in trading, but as the chart stands right now in this moment, yeah, not so much. My primary areas of interest are 121,044 and 115,750, followed by the all-time high. Those would be my primary areas of interest. I've got, yeah, 1 green dot, 2 green dot, 3 green dot. Those are my primary areas of interest. What do you all want to look at? Oh, let me mute this. What do y'all want to look at? Lucky 1001, what's up? Slam Banjo and Dex and Colin Crypto and Luke Zaldania. Oh, yeah, what's up? You guys wanna take a look at, start poking around here and see what's what around the space. XRP like back testing a major swing high right now. What's the local 15 look like? Could be worse. And it'd be cool to like get a rollover on Sol back down into this little order block here. Form some actual 15-minute structure down in discount of this range. You know what I mean? Like come down, pull that low one more time, giving us 15-minute market structure here. And then if it returned and broke it, that'd be a pretty cool play. That'd be a pretty cool play. APT, huh? Okay. That one is rarely asked for, but I don't mind at all. I don't mind at all. What do we got? Yeah, that short didn't. I guess no market structure confirmation, no short, right? All right. What do we got in here? A little bit of a double top forming. Is it forming anywhere that is sensible? No. Have we failed the low of the range? Have we broke structure? Have we rim seed? Yes. All right. Let's see what we can find on this thing. Let's get some of this other stuff deleted. Yeah. Yeah, so initial break after sweeping the range low, followed by another break here to tackle this high, followed by another break here. That's all the bullish news. This is what we get worried about. Where our market structure wants to attempt to reverse here. Let's put on a deviation template. Let's adjust to the new range high. Still within deviation. We have grabbed that low. Let's drop the 15. Approach to zone is terrible. Approach to zone is terrible. So you have a little bit of a range here. Actually, you have a lot of bit of a range here. As this high, this low created this high. Yeah, it's a pretty good looking range. But this leg of price is just one down leg. There's no market structure. There's no real decent market structure to it. So return to zone being this high, looks pretty poor. Looks pretty poor. Let's go to the daily. There's just no supply over here that I'm in love with. I wonder if I'm missing something. Oh, maybe getting close. That's not what I want. No, still not there. So that's 10 hour. 12, it wasn't visible either. 16. Okay. Take a moment to go investigate this evidence here. Yeah, like I see that, but like this already back tested this. Really only leaving this. And I don't think that's what did it. No, no way. No way, bro. No way, bruh. Hmm. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it is what it is. I still don't think that the top came into a significant area. Market structure, your main market structure up from the like your highest time frame flow or whatever your highest flow is essentially here. And then your like intermediate flow underneath that is here. Oh yeah, see, look at that. That's interesting. It's really more like that. Let me check this on the 4. But 4-hour structure is a little tighter because 4-hour structure flows here. Yeah, I don't know. I see. Here's the thing. Nothing's really. There's a lot of bullish signs on the chart. To me, there is a lot of bullish signs still. Quite specifically, the most bullish of which is a purge of this low, a break, a mitigation, a break, indicating that this is a targeted high up here. The structure of this leg right here has really not broken down bearishly yet, all of which makes me want to long its face off. My only real issue is this return to zone from here to here. We already covered it, but it just doesn't, it's just not great. It's not great. So I think what would be better is to, it's not looking so hot, huh? Sorry, I went back to take a peek on BTC. Actually, that doesn't look so bad. Just go to the 5. I want more structure down here. I want it to take the low one more time. That would give me so much more confidence. If we could come down and pop that low one more time. Boom, with just a little wiki-roo down into there. We could pop that low one more time. That'd be cool. I don't think it's gonna. I don't want to. This would just make me feel so much better. 1, 2, 3. Gosh, that would make me feel so much better about a long. Yeah, I want it to develop more. There's just no way around it. I want it to develop more structure down in between these 2 points. I'd like it to like kind of bounce off of that one, hit that one. Yeah, like that. And then I think that changes a lot of things. And I think you could absolutely long back up to that weak high, and then we've already established that up here is a larger targeted high on a higher time frame. Yeah, that's what I'd be waiting for. But in the interim, there isn't a damn thing I want to do about it. We've got to come way deeper down here for me to have any interest in, where's the damn pencil? In coming back up into here and failing to target this low and then like a new low down below this. None of that happened yet. Things are, and this is a pretty bearish expectation for how the markets have been performing lately. But there isn't, so like, yeah, all signs point up. I don't have anything that I can even really start to plan a short off of. I mean, there's this supply up here, which may reject and roll to a new low, but like it's so far away. What am I going to do with that? Yeah, I don't think I have much for you here. I don't think I have a whole lot on this chart for you. I think that this is very much a targeted high. I think that you have put in a Model 1 accumulation. We go back out to the daily. Yeah, all that looks pretty good. I just feel so strongly in my bones that it's going to 62.80 and likely to initiate there. Likely to initiate there. I don't know that, I'm not psychic. I can tell you that the probability is far greater to initiate above that high than to fail it. But I don't have a way up yet. I don't have a way up yet. I know what a way up would look like, but I just don't have it yet. Yeah, you push up, break that high now. Sol, yeah, we can look at Sol. Oh, I missed Sol. Sorry, Colin. Yeah, let's get out to a little bit of a higher time frame. Let me remind myself of where this thing is at. So that's our top. That's what we're diving into right now. Okay. Nice roundness on the bottom, indicating that it wants to run back up to the all-time high. I think, this is Sol we're talking about, right? So probably a very significant chance that it hits the all-time high again. I don't think, yeah, I mean, this is Sol. This is the chosen one. Okay, and so we've back tested that high. Again, approach to zone being that high right there, just looks fairly poor so far. 15-minute can't return to bullish until cleanup there, making that a 1R trade if you cover that low. That doesn't look any fun. Yeah, I think I feel this. I feel the same way about this that I did APT, really. We missed this hanging out right underneath the prior swing high. Our 15-minute structure from well, whatever. We'll just draw it from here. I think you can get some valid 15-minute. See, it's so scrunched up though. I mean, like, I guess that's 15-minute structure. But there's the problem zone of it. Is this last leg right here? That's a problem. That makes the return to zone look like shit. So down on the 5, what I'd prefer to see happen is I'd prefer to see it pull the low again. Actually hit this demand, actually come back and break this, forming 15-minute bullish market structure here. That would give me just way more confidence. It would give me way more confidence. And considering that is like the second time I've said that, I need to go look at Bitcoin a little more closely. Every time I keep saying that shit, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's the deal with Bitcoin again? Bitcoin entering this range right here. Well, I don't know. I mean, whatever. The stop loss is at break even, so I can't. I suppose I probably shouldn't stress about it too much. I suppose I probably shouldn't really stress about it too much. It is what it is. I think we can go. I think we can remain on an upward trajectory at least until there. And then I think if you break that, then you're addressing much larger market structure. Wow, look at the art of that candle. It was incredible. If we can really break up above this guy, then I think we could be marching clean up to there. at least up to here. Yeah, anyways, so back to Sol. That's what I want to develop. And Alex Crypto, top of the morning. My man. Oh, I bet Europe was a good time though. I could see you being happy to be home too. Yeah, it's still what I want on Sol. I have the same problem. I just have a very bearish approach down to here, and I have to let the dust settle. Look at that. Come back down, bro. Come back. Do it. Damn it. Do it. Come back down. It's gonna shit on my Bitcoin trade though. I mean, like, let's face it. If this happens on Sol, my break even stop loss action is gonna get taken out. What else do we have? So we did APT, we did Sol. Anybody have anything else? Anybody have any other coins and shit they want to look at? Can I brag for a moment? Actually, just to use this as like a lesson. Just an we'll just use this as an educational tool. I just thought this trade was way cool. Did I get did I get this portion of the trade here? No. No, I did not. I did not. But that entire concept of like using lower time frame structure for entries on higher time frame plays that I talked about in my market structure video that I did like forever ago. This is just such a perfect example. It's just such a perfect example. So good. Just trading it back up to this high, and then we get that massive initiation there. Because somebody had asked me about this, I think like last week or the week before, and I was like, I don't know, dude. It looks like it could be forming a power 3 and getting ready for an expansion. Kind of fun. It's kind of fun. Arrow. What you doing with Arrow, bro? What you doing with Arrow? I mean, I get like this is great. Let's get, what am I on the daily? Let's go down to the 4. Like that was cool for this, right? But now we've got this problem. We got this problem, bro. We got this problem of 1, 2, 3 in the place to be, looking like this can form a distribution range and take us clear back down to a place like this. Like, I don't know. It's just the potential there. Obviously, we got to break this leg of price. We got to break this leg. That leg's still bullish. So not all bad news bears over here. That was my big short snow die level. Yeah, it held. All right. So let's go ahead and get rid of that line. That's just gonna mess me up. Yes, indeedly doodly. Got any real sexy demand right below this low? Let there be. No, God, no. It looks like poop down there. Okay, so we just want the low to hold then. That works for me. Do we have demand prior to the low? We sure do. We sure do have demand just before the low. Yeah, this chart also makes me feel like my Bitcoin trade is going to be a break-even trade. Yes, indeed. Let's drop to the 5. As it stands right now, for the obvious reason of it having not occurred yet, I'm just going to come from this section of price here. I'm not going to follow down from the high. I'm just going to start from here. Is this market open? No, it's like in the middle of the night. Where's my little rangey thing? So you had another range right here where you pulled the low and you pulled the high and then you smashed below the low, printing an inefficiency. So we got a little bit of supply here. Yeah, essentially, I feel as though price is not going to surpass this zone prior to either transitioning to bullish back in demand or pulling this low and transitioning to bullish down here. Um, yeah, yeah. I think your long is down here and not here. I do not think the long is here. I think the long is down there. Now, having said that, if we were to come from this high down to that low, put on this guy, yeah, I think if you can start getting back to discount of this overall idea, or I'm sorry, whatever, I guess premium, somewhere, if we can get back up into an area like that and see market structure failure, then you have about 3 R's left on the table prior to an interaction with that low if you're going to cover this supply with an SL. But I would be, yeah, I'd be looking for long down at 88 cents to the swing low at, did we not put a ray on it? Let's put a ray on it. 85.65. That's where I'd want it. I'd want it down there. Yeah. That circle would be my short zone to get down to some of those areas. But then, you know, I mean, after that, you know, we got potential. This is the early signs of a Model 1 distribution. If this low breaks, I would say that that distribution starts to look a lot more valid, and is and I would give it a target of that low right there. So yeah, we want to, for the bullish case, we don't do that. The discount of this range all the way down to the low itself. Oh, I just use this thing. Yeah, I would say the discount of this range all the way down to the low itself, if that stuff holds, I think then we have a chance back up to the high. But you know, like I said, locally, nothing I'm super interested in. CFX, XRP, and Bonk. Let's start on XRP. So XRP has hit. I had 3 POIs. 1, 2, 3. 3 POIs on it. And we are in the second one. We did not double top, meaning that this is still a targeted high in my opinion. And it's still a targeted high. I think there's more of a potential of just like a, how's this thing work? No, that's not how it works. Do we come from here? Do we come from here? A, B, C correction. But again, it's the approach to zone that I don't like about this. Market structure I do like. Approach to zone I do not like. You can't return. It's all internal structure though. The length of this bearish candle right here, that we'll just use that as the example. That's what I mean where I go, well, the return to zone does not look that fantastic here. But if we can pull the low again, I'll take it. If we can pull the low again and then come back up and break this high, that's going to at least put 10-minute market structure on your side. I think if you can surpass the lowest area of this supply range, I think the rest of that runs really easy. So it's another one where I just want to see, yeah, I still just want to see that. That is still what I want to see. So go figure. I don't feel any different about this than I did the other charts. What's Bitcoin doing? It's living. It's surviving. It's surviving. Let me go to 1 hour. Yeah. I still like. Here's what this is what I'm attempting to communicate on XRP. I don't know if I've done a good job of it yet. I like this zone for a run back up to the all-time high. I just don't have market structure present inside of that zone yet to justify that. And I have a significant amount of resistance in my way to the high. But I do still like it, right? Yeah, I do still like it. I do like this area for here. And I think that this market structure, because these highs don't touch, still supports that idea. But I just don't locally have market structure to I just don't have local market structure to make any entry on it. What I have is price re-entering a small supply range. A locally weak low. That's all I have so far. And then what else did we have? We had CFX. We kind of we peaked at CFX. Let's go peak again at CFX. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go back out to the 1 hour. All right. So POI 1, no good. We're forming upwards only structure inside of a fair value gap. We haven't hit any other measurable demand. Okay, so so boom, boom, and then when we hit that supply, let's get this off. When we hit that supply, we lost 1 hour market structure. So this low is targeted. This is new supply here. We are hitting that supply right now. Your market structure confirmation exists here. To target down to some of that stuff. Yeah, I'd say it looks like a potential short coming up. It lacks a reconfirmation. I mean, technically speaking, you hit supply, you double topped, you have back tested. This would be like a triple confirmation to get that low to break and back test again. I would say from from a market structure standpoint, yeah, I'd say it. No, I think I do want that low to break. I think I do want that low to break. I have a Y for that. I don't want to delete any of this other TA, and this is about to get messy for my standards, but there is still a range here. And that range is still the supported by the primary structure flow up from the low. So there is, yeah. So I do want to see this low break at 16,745. I want to see that break with like a 10-15 minute candle body close because of this. That's what I want to see. And then as far as longs go on this thing, wait, hold on, let me go right back to where I was. As far as longs go, price from this high to this low cannot flip bullishly currently until this high here. So because of that, I currently can't long until we have broken this and hopefully back tested it for a further run up. I currently cannot long until there. And the next area of interest for me is down here. And this is, I think, just the more sensible way for price to flow. That's what I think. I think that is what makes more sense for it. And then that would basically move this potential break to here, giving us a better and earlier indication of a possible run back up to there, putting our break down in, closer to the discount of the range, whereas currently that break point sits closer up to the equilibrium of the range. So I'd like to get that to shift down to here, kind of thing. But that's where I'm on that locally. Bonk, what's that thing up to? All right, let's go daily. All right, so we had broken here after pulling the bottom of this range. We flowed back down into demand, right, into overall demand. We broke again. We'll just pick on this one. Ran that high, broke again. And now we just have this range right here. And the range low back down to the prior range is 20%. So I would say overall there is still possibility for this asset to fall back down somewhere to its prior range before going up. I would say that possibility is still on the table. Let's drop to the 4. I don't think it's particularly healthy that it pulled that high and then is running at this low right now. That to me indicates that if we, let's put it this way, it significantly reduces the potential of this low holding for a rotation back up to that high. Significantly reduces the potential of that. So we can start looking for long as early as right here that we've already touched. Structure will still look better if you pull that low again. Structure will still look better. That'll give us that same 15-minute structure I referenced on every other chart. Currently, 15-minute high that you have to break is clear up at equilibrium. You have supply just prior to that. Yeah, nothing. This is pretty weak, but nothing. Okay, and so if this doesn't work, and I'm thinking out loud here. So if this doesn't work, right? Say it comes slices right back through there. Um, man, I feel like we don't get to long this for a long time. I feel like we don't get to long it until down here. Is that what I said? Yeah, yeah. Then I feel like we're clear down into a region like that before we get a long off of it. The only local things that I'm interested in is kind of what I'm describing right here, and sort of, reaccumulating in this area. God, it just doesn't make any sense not to pull that low though. Local bullish 15-minute structure here is moderately interesting for a long. 15-minute transition to bullish down at a bunch of zeros, 31500, is intriguing for a long. That's about it. Outside of that, I have a bearish bias down to these areas. Yeah. Bitcoin, what are we doing? Okay, good. Sol, what are we doing? Interesting. Okay, bonk. Yeah, that's my bonk feelings. I think we got one more. Didn't we have one more? Trade Extreme channel. Well, hello, and I hope it's wonderful over in India. ETH and gold. What's gold been up to again? Probably like up and to the right. Yeah, gold spot. All right, let's get some of this cleaned yeah, I mean, still a weak and targeted all-time high. Structure remains bullish on its way up to it. I would presume that this holds for a run up to the all-time high. So I'd want it to work. I want it to hit that, break that. Definitely pull some profits out there. Could go fairly deep into here due to the fair value gap on the front of it. I would suggest a flow somewhat similar to this on gold. Give or take a few buckaroonies. I would suggest something like that on gold. I have not covered. I have covered TON in the past, but not recently. Let me just take a quick peek at my calendar real quick. Okay, no, it is not the 18th of July. Okay, we're somewhat good on the calendar. So let's do ETH and then TON. ETH of the Ethereums. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. All right. So we had that long there. We were looking to here. We did not lose our 4-hour market structure, and we pop-faced. We pop-faced. Yeah, so like weak targeted high. Full range rotation. Yep. All that looks good. So you do have this giant unmitigated demand range down here. It's huge and loud and unmitigated. But what do we have to drop just to test that zone? 20% on ETH? Yeah, probably fucking not. Probably not. I feel like we could be looking the long pretty much right smack dab in its face here. Yeah, pretty much right in its kisser, I have a feeling. Still not the best approach to zone though. I'll give you a slightly different creative idea on this, which I think could honestly be used on some of these other ones. If we can get a supply to demand flip here, I'll use that as a 15-minute. Well, I guess that would break 15-minute market structure. Your 15-minute high is here. It's an ugly 15-minute high, but it's up there. Where was our 4-hour low again? Do we have a local 4-hour low? Local 4-hour low is down here. Broke about like 1 to 2 hour structure to get down to here. A, B, C. Yeah, I still feel as though it is coming from this area here, or a run on the 4-hour low. Both are interesting spots for me. Let's do Control V. That adjusted down. Actually, these are both up to here. Yeah, but I think it's really close for a long. I mean, if you're to make an entry here with a target of there, give you some breathing room below that 4-hour low. on that stop loss. It's still only a 2.32. So utilizing some lower time frame market structure probably a little bit of a better idea. But I think it's getting really close. I think it's getting really close to long time. That's what I think. I mean, as long as this junk here holds, yeah, well, duh. Then yeah, I mean, this is still hella targeted. So yeah, that's more or less how I feel about ETH. This one, oh yeah, Ton. Magnet, go away. You're pissing me off right now. Hmm. 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 Well, I know what I want to happen. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I know what I want to happen. Let's just move that back there. Let's put a ray over here. Where's my ray at? Let's go to the weekly really quick. Okay, so we're in generalized demand. Price can come as oopsies as high as here. Okay. Technically a week low down there on the weekly time frame. 2.35 is still a week low. Well, that already got back tested. Yeah, I feel. Yep, I feel. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Now, and you didn't touch that either, you shisty little dog, you. And I say the exact same thing about this that I did about everything else. We need some 15-minute local, some 15-minute structure bullish locally. So I would suggest a further rollover from here before we get to see whether areas like this hold. What are we doing, Ton? Yeah, I would suggest a further rollover. Right, out of that supply range, down into the demand range that broke the previous high. That's what I'm going to suggest for a long. Yep, that's what I'm going to suggest for a long. Maybe you can get like 5-minute structure to flip, and then you can target your 15-minute high and see if it breaks. But yeah, lower before higher is what I suggest on Ton. Yeah, we did take a look at I think we looked at XRP. Yeah, I remember saying something about XRP. We're in a point of interest on XRP for me. But we have not established locally bullish structure. I want another run on the local low. Yeah, but you know, still in an area of interest for me on XRP. On the pizzles, the old pizzle. God damn, I have an eye appointment tomorrow. You get me a new prescription. Oh, so looking forward to it. Bruv, why couldn't you have made it here? All right. Well, hey, if there's any last requests that I could pop in, or if I missed your coin, yell at me again. Because if not, I think I am going to learn. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna learn too. I'm sure I'll learn something. Like me with Pingu from. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh. Yep. Ah, yes. The old break-even SL. I was like, when's it, when? Anyways, yeah, okay, cool. I don't know. I'm gonna take a peek at a couple other things. What's the ones that have just gotten beat up today? Old Poppy's. Poppy not bearish and in discount. Okay, goat. That's a bit more bearish. Yeah, not really, actually. So great. What about our anything else interesting down here in the Slaughterfest? We looked at Ondo. Oh, 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 oh. I actually think Ondo rips from here. Because if it doesn't, I think it's fucking a complete range rotation. This is just one of those situations where it's like, okay, so we've completed that full range rotation. And so if you like lose this low here, it fucking just all goes to hell in a handbasket and makes me feel that you're coming back to at least here, but quite likely down to there. And so if I delete this, actually, let's just move this and put it back over here. And we look at this range of price, we go, well, clearly we're in discount. And yeah, I don't know. I'd still be. I personally would be surprised to see 98 cents break bearishly on Ondo. That's I'd just personally be surprised. Dex, I'm glad that you found the stream educational. That is the biggest compliment you could pay to me. What about our poppers? What about our poppers for the day? What do we got? What do we got for poppies? Yeah, makes sense. Blew out the lows and get a little poppy. Okay. Yeah, nothing that leaves me with extreme confidence on that. How about Smooth Love Potion? What's up with this thing? Oh, yeah, no wonder. All right. Hey, bruv. I think this thing is Voltura or something now. Something they changed the name of this thing. you go kick rocks. I actually own some of this. I think I'm going to sell today. Let me go check my entry on this. I might I might look to get out of this. I see. I have to, dude. I have to stop myself. I have to stop myself. I can, oh my God, I can kill so many hours so fast on charts. If I don't stop myself, I'd look up and it'd be noon. So I'm gonna leave. Thanks for joining me, everybody. And y'all have a good one. Mm, yep. Adios, amigos.